Should I park like further up? I don't know, maybe. Actually, probably. Hold on. Let's go. Shut up. Shut up. Come on. Finally. Okay, do we like that better? I have no idea. I've already wasted so much time. I put it down that sudden and I stay on this rock. This is what happens. This is what happens when you drive during a video. You like forget fucking how to position yourself for a video. What's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Seema. Considering starting this shit over because what was that? Why did I literally change locations? You guys want to know something? I have a it doesn't matter. My braces are making me a little bit. I'll tell you guys what my braces taught me. My braces taught me how to be patient, number one, which like you need this skill set in life if you're gonna fucking accomplish anything or like do anything. You need to learn how to be patient because patience is an acquired skill. Okay, what does that mean? It means you practice it. Okay, so what does it say for all skills? Right, it says that you can acquire any skill that you want if you practice it. Right, so like it's not just patience that allows for someone to succeed in life or like to feel successful or whatever, to feel ballin', to feel like they know themselves, because knowing yourself is the definition of success, right? It's not anything else. It's not money or whatever. It's self-knowledge and self-awareness, like full self-awareness of who you are as a person, right? So like patience, I got it this year because of my braces. What other skill sets did I acquire? What other personality traits did I check the box of that are positive, right? Let's think about it right now. So patience was one of them. The second one, I'm just giving you my real life experience because this is my channel. Welcome, namaste. Have a seat. If you were here, I would give you some water, but you're not. But I do have water for myself. I carry around like 5 or 6 bottles of water at all times. They have to be metal. I'm crazy. They have to be metal. They have to be purified water. Spring water, not like purified water from like the fucking plastic bottles because it's plastic, you know. Spring water from a spring, from the ground, you know what I mean? And nothing less. So yeah, I have like a lot of water around me all the time. I have like 5 bottles in my car, or like 3. But okay, so I acquired patience this past year. I'm bringing this up just because I was talking about this with my friend the other day, and we were like, what did we do in 2022, like to now, you know what I mean? And I was talking with her, and I was like, well, this is what I did. So I became more patient. I became more mature and grown up in my way of dealing with my emotions and myself, and I became more patient actually with myself, because I used to be like, I'm a control freak actually is what it is with me, just because I've just had to be that way from a very young age, where I control my everything, you know. So I like it because it gives me like stability, but at the same time I had to learn how to be patient with myself and be all roles to myself, like be a nurse when I needed a nurse, be a parent because we have to reparent ourselves in this economy and society if we ever want to see success, right? Personal success, being able to know thyself. You have to reparent yourself. What is reparenting? Reparenting is the process of deconditioning the conditionings that have been with you this entire time, because you were raised under certain conditionings that you still probably have. You need to get rid of those because you will never be free if you don't get rid of those. You will never be free to create who you want to be, who you see that is present here within the soul. Because once you go within and you see who you really are, it becomes easier to like shine that out into the world in all forms and facets. I have so many different modalities and ways of being and ways of thinking, like I do. And you know, it shows when people talk to me, and also things show. Like the work that you do, it shows, and guess what? It shows in cash. And it shows in cash after a certain amount of time and after a certain amount of work, a lot of work, but not work that is anything other than work of the self work. You have to get over shit. You know, you have to learn lessons, and you have to do like the grueling, you know, facing of the self. I hate, you know, when, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't like being stared at, which you, like, Seema, you're on social media. I don't like being stared at. I don't like it. I can talk to a camera more easy than I can talk to, why? Because it's easier for me. You get what I'm saying? Because it's all mind. This is like a type of work too, but it's separate. You should never think of yourself as your body. Like, you should never think of yourself as how you look, you know? Whether that emotion may be of pride or of like maybe self-hate, or like, you know, you don't like how you look, let's say, right? So either way on the scale of emotion, these emotions are intense ones, and any intense emotion is an emotion that is skewed. What does skewed mean, my friends? Skewed means skewed on the scale, right, on the graph, let's say like a quadrant graph. It's a skewed outlier. It's a skewed variable. It's not in the realm of balance of all of the outliers, right? Like if we were to plot a distribution, it would be a skewed distribution. Like it wouldn't be equilateral in terms of its XY distribution, right? Or even on any realm of rotation on the graph, right? So like, we should be balanced in our emotions, and there are ways to balance your emotions. There are ways, and these ways are practices. Okay, and so these practices must be practiced, or else they will never be a part of you and who you are, my friend, right? And so, Seema, what are some of these practices? Self-awareness, writing, really getting to know what's in your mind, writing about how you feel and why you feel that way. What is causing this within you? What is causing this emotion within you? What is triggering this within you? Understand that, and you'll understand more of where you're at in terms of your what? Growth, inner growth, soul growth. Why growth? Because mathematically and literally the aim is upward. You never regress once you learn a lesson. That's why life is like, we're in the school of life. We are students. We must be humble. If you're not humble, what are you doing? You can't see the truth if you're not humble, right? So that's why I say never base your worth on anything that is physical, not your body, not your bank account. Be humble, because, you know, these things, they are just proof to the world of what is possible. They are a way to show love and to give and to serve. Fashion is a huge service, right? Anything in the world could be a global brand. People have to understand this. And by the way, guess what? If we're talking about this, the opportunity is now to make money from being a either producer of goods or services on the internet. This is the way to financial freedom, because you are not stuck as a cog in the large machine of capitalism that will only take and take and take from you your energy, your money, your time, your resources, your attention, your emotion, your creativity, your health, your mental health. This is capitalism, my guy. It doesn't let you be a free thinker. It doesn't let you be a free being. You are not free to create the world that you want to see. How do you create the world that you want to see? By being who you are. How can you be who you are when you know who you are? When you have spent the time and effort and attention into getting to know who you are. People don't do that. People don't want to face themselves. Because why? Because it requires facing your traumas and pain that you've kept bottled up for so long. And it presents itself in maybe a need to overachieve, or maybe some addiction that the ego needs to keep up, and it needs to keep being fed that addiction. What are you doing? Addictions are not just but the thing is, though, you can tell by studying your physical life what is wrong within you. You got to do that. We are yogis. We got to be yogis of sorts. We got to pay attention. This is why living in the moment is like the only true freedom and escape, because once you do all the inner work, you see that life is only for you to stay with yourself all of the freaking time. Never leave yourself. That is how important and precious you are. And that is how important the inner work is. And that is how important sitting with yourself is. Don't be afraid to sit with yourself, right? Don't be afraid to sit with yourself, because you will see more than anything you've ever seen in your life. There's nothing in the world that can show you who you are. It is only through studying your experiences and the people that you have met in your life and your past relationships and what they taught you and the overall lessons that you've learned that you can see, that you can truly see who it is that you are and where you're at on that level of growth. Let the pain transform you. Let the pain change you and teach you. People don't like to be transformed. People don't let their experiences use them. Get used by your experiences so you learn. Because otherwise, people are not going to learn. And I don't want that for people. Why? Because I want people to be educated. Why? On who they are and on the truth of everything in the economy and in the world. Why? Because I want people to be free. And it is only through education that you can be free. And this is education of the what? Of the self. This includes money and knowledge of money. This includes knowledge of wealth and abundance universally and on a quantum level. This involves the study of energy and understanding what energy is. This involves the study of purpose and what each person's purpose is and how to find that and turn that into a fucking career. This is self-knowledge and self-awareness. This is knowledge of God and his scripture and his words and his instruction that he has given every single person on this planet. Like, we have been given so much, we have been given the tools to do anything in terms of self-evolution and then anything in the world as well. Like, we have been given both data sets, both tools, both codes and lines of code. Just gotta press enter, my guy. It's easy. Sit down and do the work. Do the inner work. I'm adamant about this because it is important that people understand how important this is. People die every day. People die every day. And the value of the human life is not known. And that's why people are just like this. People don't care because the value of the human life is not known. Seema, yes. What is the value of the human life? The value of the human life is incomprehensible, immeasurable. You cannot quantify it. Do you understand how important that is? There's nothing in this physical reality that can define who you are. And you're out here worried about some bullshit? You know what I mean? You're out here like listening to all of these things that have been fucking attacking you your entire life. Think for yourself about who you are. Examine your emotions, how fucking powerful they are. Right? Now imagine if that emotion was a positive one and you took that positive emotion and you rode with it, right? And you surfed it. And you created something beautiful for the world because of it, and for yourself because of it. That is the goal. That is the point of human life. That is what purpose is. So the value of a human life cannot be defined. Because, my friends, we come here as souls that take a body in which we are given all of the capabilities that a God is given. Why? Because we have the ability to connect with our creator. There is no other fucking species of life that can connect with their creator. Rabbits can't, dogs can't, horses can't. Name one. It is the human being. And you're telling me that human being is not in search of inner enlightenment and knowledge? And they're instead doing what? This is why people will not be free. And you cannot even begin to teach people about the truth of life and death and God and anything if people choose to be enslaved. It is a choice and they don't even know that they're making it. This is important. Everything connects. You guys have to understand everything connects. When people in an economy are thriving and happy and they have capital and the government is merciful and one with the people and actually rules with dharma, you know what I mean? Then the global economy will be flourishing. So what will you see? You will see a spike in the overall health of people. What does this mean? This means the energy on the planet is more healthy. What does that mean? It means the energy on the planet is higher. It is vibrating at a higher frequency. Okay. So when the planet is vibrating at a higher frequency, there is more knowledge than there is ignorance on the planet. right? And so when there is more knowledge of the truth, the overarching universal truth of who we are, who God is, what, what, the value of a human being is, and how we should base and form our currency around the principles of compassion, right? And equality amongst souls on the planet, right? So all these things are connected. So, when there is a high frequency of the planet itself and people have more knowledge than they do ignorance, everything will flourish. Everything. You will see innovation like you've never seen before. There will be death will not even be seen the same way that death is seen. Money will not be seen the same way that it's being interpreted and seeing in this space. Do you understand that we're living in such a low vibrational cocoon and pod of programming? Do you understand that? Globally. This is not just like me or you. It's definitely not me. I don't know about you. You know what I mean? And like, I just want people to care. I'm gonna drink some water now. But I just want people to care, my guy, because it's like, we gotta take care of each other, number one. Number two, this shit's personal to me, so. Because I have seen highs and I have seen hell. So this shit is real personal to me. I want people to understand the shit that I have discovered in the past 2 years. That the future of money is the internet. And that tech, as we know it, is nothing but a tool. It should be used as a tool. It's the best tool that we have right now to learn more about ourselves. What are you listening to? You can either be listening to frequency or you can be listening to the news. You can either be listening to some good rap or some sad bullshit. I'm serious. Why would you choose to have a low vibration intentionally? You're already sad. Stop it. You know what I mean? Like, stop allowing yourself to be harmed by things and distractions and outliers of the world, different things that come at you and you just fucking soak it up and absorb all that shit. Stop. Like, we are actually sponges of energy because we are energy itself. So what does this mean? This means that we can either expand aurically, AURICALLY. We can either expand aurically or we can contract, right? So like, and everything happens in cycles, by the way. So there is constant expansion and contraction of the moon and its positions and phases across its its circulation, or of of like the market itself, even like the .com booms and market crashes, even in candlestick spikes. You know what I mean? Like, there is always ebb and flow, even in fucking when you're surfing and you see waves, like, it's always an ebb and flow in the universe. This is just a law. This is just a law. That's why there is sine and cosine. You understand? The universe, it is expanding, and then it will reach a point where it stops expanding, and then it will begin to contract. And this is mentioned in the Vedas. I'm not just saying this, by the way. Also, I'm a little bit spicy recently because I haven't filmed YouTube in a long time, and I'm just having a blast, to be quite honest. Honestly, I have not been like listening to music. This is a thing. I get like this around my birthday. I become real, like, spirit. I just become who I am. Like, I just become very real. I cut out all the bullshit. I cut out, and everything is like popping around my birthday and like summer, actually. It's always been this way. Summer is a different world for me. You know what I mean? Like, I can think and I'm happy. Like, I don't know. So essentially, right? I haven't been listening to like rap music. I haven't been doing my normal shit. Why? I'm on a detox at the moment. And I'm on a detox from a lot of things, including ways of thinking and being. I am, as a human being, okay, literally, I want to talk about this. I am evolving at a massive rate. Meaning, what does this mean? Every day I'm different. I'm better. Because I chose to be that way. for a long time, actually, for many months this year, I was like in victim mentality. And I was like, like, like I'm not able to do what I want to do. And then it hit me. And I was like, that's because you, Seema, this is like a conversation I had with myself. I was like, this is because, Seema, you have not been allowing yourself to be that which you are. You know, you have been kind of like, you have been kind of like, just, well, for me personally, like, distracted. And that's my own fucking fault. It's no one's fault. Like, it's my fault. And like, when you run a business, or when you are wanting to run a business, or you like studying, or whatever it is for you, you will see that everything in your life is either an asset or a liability. And you become real clear on what it is you want to give your time, effort, and attention to, but especially your attention to, right? Because that comes first. First, you think about it. Then you invest the time and the energy into it, right? But your attention is what matters the most. If you can't even prune your attention, if you can't even like kind of keep an eye out to where your attention is going and be on top of that, you are never going to be focused enough to get anything done, whether it's a big project, a global like, people like to think in terms of money. Think in terms of the energy output that you're giving to others and the ways that in which you are serving people. And think about that and deliberate on that and be very clear as to what your goals are when you serve people. And then do that and take action towards it. This is what business is. People think business is money. Business is not about money. Get your head out of the thing. Business is not about money. If you think it's about money, you will never have any of it. You'll never have the business or the money. So understand that in every single business, a service is being provided. There was someone who saw a market need and then rose to meet it, and they fucking fought every single demon in their mind to do it. And they got over their own shit so many times in order to do it. And they cared about themselves and their lineage and their legacy and other people in the world right now alongside them, and they went and they did it. So this is what it means to be a fucking entrepreneur, or whatever you want to call yourself. Everyone's an entrepreneur, whatever. I'm just me. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, and I will always be. And I have been an entrepreneur since I was 2 years old. So that's not even a question. You know what I mean? But understand that, you know, you get to define yourself on a daily basis every day. You get to define yourself, and you are who you say you are, and you are what you do. You're not just who you say you are what you do, because what you do is going to prove to you who you are. You understand? It's a feedback loop. You don't get courageous and then do the thing. You fucking do the thing, and you look like shit, and you suck at it, and you fucking embarrass yourself, and you look stupid, and you do it. You keep doing it until you get better at it, because the more you do it, the more you're going to get better at it. It's the name of the game. It's the equation. Like, you know, the more you do something, the better you're going to get at it. So don't wait to have courage to be great. Don't wait to have courage to do something new, novel, innovative, to fucking start a YouTube channel. Do you know how much shit was thrown at me when I first started this channel? Do you know how much fucking shit was thrown at me? I had people talking about me. I had people wondering what I was doing and why I was doing it and trying to read me. I'm a student. That's the red. You know what I mean? That's your information, right? I'm a student. And anything that I just put a lot of focus into learning and into self-understanding. And I come out here and I look crazy and I go for it. Like, who cares? You know, have fun with it. Like, have fun with anything you do in life. Life is about connectivity and networks. It's about connectivity and networks. And people say, your network is your net worth. No, it's not. Your network is not your net worth. What you give to your network is your net worth. What you provide to your network is how you serve your network is your net worth. You see what I'm saying? So don't look to take. People just look at what's in it for them. Don't look to take. Look to form bonds and connections. I call it friendship, because it's friendship to me. It's always friendship to me. Partnership, this, that, relationship, it's friendship. Because unless we're friends, my guy, there can be no there can be no stable foundation for anything else. Really. Why? Because any transaction should be built on trust. Any transaction is always built on trust, actually. Right? So, and yeah, everything is transactional, but not in the way people think of the word transactional. When I think of transaction, I think of energetic transaction, energetic exchange. So it's beautiful no matter what, because it's your karma no matter what. You see what I'm saying? It's beautiful no matter what. Even if you suffer, struggle, whatever, through any connection, it's beautiful no matter what. Because somehow, subconsciously, energetically, your soul has chosen to experience this thing with this person or whatever it is. And so there is some beauty in it to gain for you. And what does that beauty often look like? It often looks like the form of a lesson. And lessons are kind of uncomfortable, but that's fine. We are all students of life, right? So understand that and be free. Understand that and be free and be happy that you are here to learn. And that's it. There's not much else that is required of you. Just be happy. That should be your innate goal and priority all of the time. That is what I learned. That is the most important lesson I took away from my spiritual awakening that happened in 2018, is that our only priority and focus should be our happiness. What is true happiness? It's rooted in peace. It's not rooted in gain. It's not rooted in anything other than peace and acceptance of you and of the juice that you got and how much love and laughter you can share with people. Like, that's it. And how much you can provide to them and serve them with your energy in every single way. You have a voice. You have beauty. Everybody has beauty, no matter what. Everybody has beauty. You know? Like, really. We all started off the same way. We are the same. I could cry because the beauty that I see within people in the world is not what people think beauty is. Beauty is not this. This is last, my guy. This is gross flesh. Light me on fire. I'm fin to burn. I did burn. You know? So like, don't look at this. Look at the energy. If people started seeing what true currency was in the world and that it is energy, they would see gratitude differently and they would see life differently. The second most important lesson before this video ends that I took away from my spiritual awakening in 2018 was the lesson of having gratitude. It is important to have gratitude. Actually, it's not just important to have gratitude. Gratitude should be your drive and your focus. Only. No matter what you do. There is a man that near my house, because I live kind of like in the suburb area a little bit. He like walks up a hill. I see this man every day. He walks up a hill carrying like, I don't know how many, like 4 jugs or like a few jugs of water. And he's like walking up this hill with a smile on his face. Short man. He's old-ish. He's like elder, you know. He's of Asian heritage, and he's like smiling with his gallons of water, and he's like walking up the hill, and I'm amazed how happy he looks. I know that he does it intentionally. He's just the sweetest. He looks so sweet, just happy. That is gratitude. It may not be what is actually going on, but imagine that picture. Like, you're tired, you're carrying shit, you have responsibilities in your life. Oh my God. You can either be hella grateful that God chose to wake you up today, or you can choose to struggle and suffer. And most people choose the latter. Why? Because most people do not realize their own infinite power. Because if they did, they wouldn't fucking compromise that for anything. They wouldn't fucking get distracted from that for anything. You know? Nothing would be worth that. You get what I'm saying? That's how valuable this currency is. This currency of you is. That is why every person is a business. Every person is a business. And multiple businesses, actually. Conglomerates. Ecosystems. Of thought, idea, invention, form, creation. That all exists within business. Different systems, different ways of thinking. Every person is a business. Why? Because every person has a different genetic code, has had different experiences in their life, and has a different birth chart. Horoscopy. right? Vedic birth chart. Every single person has a different blueprint. And to top it all off, every single person has their own personal connection and relationship to God. And it is up to them to find it, and it is here. That is why I'm saying that the main priority of human beings should be to be happy. What is true happiness? Self-realization, inner realization. When you see the divine within you and you live that every day, and you get ideas from that and you execute on those ideas and you live that. That is divine guidance, my guy. Like, that is like the best thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like, people get divine guidance all the time and they don't realize that that's what that is. And so they ignore their intuition and they say, scrap it. It's different to society, or I'll look weird. I'm not going to do it. Do you know how many times people do this? And even everyday interactions too. It's a sickness. Like, it's keeping yourself from yourself. And we do it because we're conditioned to do it. It's like, have you ever seen that? Whatever, I'm not going to turn my car on. Have you ever seen that meme or a graphic of an elephant in a cage, but the door is open? The door is open. He can walk out. He's not walking out. Why? Because he thinks he's trapped. And that's worse than actually being trapped. Because guess what? Even if you're trapped, you can free yourself if you can free yourself in here. That's how people make escape plans and shit like that when they're locked up in, I was going to say Azkaban, in Alcatraz. In Azkaban. And like, you know, and they swim like God knows how many meters to shore. Like, that's the will of a man. That same man could have been, no, it's too cold, I'm going to die, or I'll get caught, I'm not going to risk it. So people make choices every day. That's just a very primitive example, but people make choices every day for their lives. What are you choosing on a moment-by-moment basis for yourself and for your life? What are you choosing? Right? And what you are choosing will be seen within the mind. Pay attention to the thoughts that are within your mind and what is held within your mind and what is going on in there. Pay attention, because that is how you become so cold. You become cold on it. You become determined to be helpful to people. You become determined to lead your path, to follow your path, to have enough courage to do the unthinkable, impossible, different. You have the courage to be a glitch and to be the odd one out. Be the odd one out. It is important. It's important because, like, that's your freedom, my guy. You know, that's your freedom. Self-understanding is your freedom. Self-knowledge is your freedom. And that's why, like, you know, you got to get real fucking uncomfortable to, like, even resonate with anything I'm saying. You have to be really in the thick of it to be like, I have no choice but to grow. You know, I have no choice but to evolve. Because you have no choice. At the end of the day, nobody has a choice. It's just that people trick themselves into thinking that they have choices because they indulge in their addictions. And they think that escapism is gonna, you know, it's a losing game. It's like debt. Escapism is like debt. Escapism of yourself and of your own things that you could potentially fix and heal within yourself, that's like debt. It's like having debt. Why? Because you're pushing off a thing that you need to do. You're stuck. You're imprisoned. You're trapped within the confines of your own unhealed traumas and issues. Ask me about this. I've healed myself from stuff, but only after, my God, how long has it taken me? And I'm still doing it. I'll never stop doing it. I'm never done. You know, and that's like the most beautiful thing in the world, because imagine if you stopped growing when you were 3 years old. But no, you weren't done, right? Like, you wouldn't be the person you are today. So it's beautiful to never be done. And I think also in business, you're never really done. People close out and, you know, they sell their businesses at certain prices and stuff, which could either be a really good business move or a really bad decision at the end of the day. It depends on what the contract agreement is. But businesses are ecosystems. So selling a business, in my mind, has always just been, don't. It's like selling a house that you own. If you own that shit and you don't have to pay for mortgage, you don't have to, like, you know, don't sell it. But my thing is, I don't believe in buying houses in the first place. That's just my personal agenda and my personal situation and the way that I see the economy in the future. I don't think buying houses is a smart move. And I'll tell you why if you're interested. When you buy a house, you are buying an asset okay, that has the potential to either what? Appreciate, right? Or depreciate. Which one of these things do you think is more likely to happen based on the law of entropy, for example? Like, which of these two things is more likely to happen? Appreciation or depreciation? What has happened to the housing market in the past 8 years? All around the world. It's not just the US, it's a global dip in housing prices. So the people that are stuck with houses, you're literally stuck with a thing that you can't even move around. Like, and the way that I like to see life is that I want to be able to go wherever I want to go at any time. I want to be free to travel, to move. I want to have resources in different areas. I want to have access to things. I want to be able to make a difference for people all around the world personally and see that with my own two eyes and serve with my own two hands. Like, this is what I want to do. So we need more people like me that are interested in doing this kind of thing so we can get together and do it. Like, you know what I mean? It's important because you know, we are a part of something much bigger than ourselves. And you will see that once you see the self. It is God that is sitting within here, my guy. And God is within every single person, being, human being, animal, individual, ever. Plants, everything, ever. This is creation we're talking about. When we die, we are not going anywhere. Like, we're still going to be around, just in a different form, seeing the world differently. Nothing ever ends. We are always constantly evolving, like I said, right? You know, it is always a constant evolution of self. So how beautiful that is, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you so much. Thank you so much for sticking around till the very end and staying tuned and watching. I hope this provided value to you, and I